You're an Iraq War veteran. I think a lot of people would argue that the conflict really influenced how Americans see the U.S. military, especially military intervention abroad. As someone who actually served, how did that experience shape your views on U.S. military intervention?
I think if you talk to, and I don't intend to put words in their mouth, but Secretary of War Hegseth or Vice President Vance, or a lot of leaders who are serving today who deployed back in Iraq or Afghanistan, I think one of the most impactful things for all of us has been seeing the decisions that come from this five-sided building in D.C. and how it actually impacts soldiers on the ground in these faraway countries. And I can think of all of these examples where one of the most offensive to me was we were going to do an IED factory raid. They had given me 2 platoons and we did all the planning, and they even sent in a film crew to record this. And we drove out and we set up the cordon and we got ready to go into this supposed ID factory, and we had the bolt cutters ready, and we called up for permission, and they said the rules of engagement had changed and you were no longer allowed to cut locks on buildings. And so this lock was the size that my 7-year-old uses on her gym locker. And we ended up packing up and going back home. And that night I remember thinking, like, man, there are a lot of IEDs on these roads. Like, someone could have been killed or lost a limb. And no rational human being would ever have said that that was a good idea. But somehow in this just contorted decision-making body that is the Pentagon, to the actual soldiers on the ground who had to go execute the mission, it came out that way. And so I think there is a very healthy, cautious, confirmed twice when we receive information that I would imagine if we hadn't served in those conflicts, we wouldn't have had.